attention. Let's watch this match live. I love you all. Guys, subscribe to the channel massively. Let's to this ball today. And the ball is on.
Make any plans for your afternoon? Both teams in their traditional colours. Peter Banks is the referee. VAR is in operation. Those two have never fallen out, but they know, well, they want exactly the same things now. Both know they're chasing exactly the same prizes. Only one can get what he wants and maybe needs from this late afternoon in North London. Who wants and needs it the most? They are playing for a trophy, maybe an overdue trophy for clubs of the standing of Arsenal in red and Manchester City in blue. But you get the feeling there might be even more at stake in the next couple of hours. The winner will have momentum in the chase for further honours in the next couple of months. The loser will have some doubts as well as disappointments to deal with.
Yeah, this is the handing over of the baton. Talk so much pre-match about Manchester City being the dominant force in the English football, and now is this the moment Arsenal take hold of that? Well, not without a fight, you feel, with City and their attack-minded players. Looking at Rodri sitting in that midfield role in a 4-2-3-1, but both fullbacks are midfielders. Semenyo out on the right is wide. Doku, this is the one I'm looking at against Ben White. He's not played a lot of football, that right back on the left wing for Manchester City. It is the strength of Arsenal, their defence. They're going to be tested today. They look to smother City. It looks like it could be a really big arse with the City players that are in for today.
And 3 times in the last decade, Manchester City have won the Carabao Cup final, then gone on to win the English Premier League title in the spring. Just saying. Nathan Ake has probably played less senior football in the last couple of months than anybody out there. Pressed into service at half-time against Real Madrid in midweek because of an injury to Ruben Diaz. There's that Doku-White matchup that Rob's referring to on the far side.
Just interesting there, Nico O'Reilly, who's now got the ball for the throw-in, but immediately went up high, almost as a second centre forward against Haaland. You're wondering whether Semenyo would do that role. He's not, he's wide on the right, so there is space for that extra player to go in there for Manchester City.
O'Reilly here, who has been operating in midfield, playing ostensibly as a left back in the final. Seized upon by Havertz. Gyökeres is offside and the flag is up early. But Manchester City had a very high line there.
Yeah, an early sighter of that high line. And they will hold it, they will run that risk. He knows that, Gyökeres knows it, it's just timing those runs.
He likes the Wembley air. 8 visits as an Arsenal player and manager. 8 successes for Mikel Arteta. Lifted both the FA Cup and the Community Shield as an Arsenal captain. He scored in a penalty shootout here. And Arsenal won the FA Cup again in his first season as manager. Rueful-looking players. Nursing injury is missing Urian Timber from the Arsenal lineup, also through injury. No Ruben Diaz.
Has it given him something a little bit uncoachable, a little bit unpredictable? A wonderful goal in the week against Bayer Leverkusen. Urian Timber, I think he's the bigger miss at right back, just for pure consistency, knowing what you're getting from a player. I think Ben White can be got at. That's why I mentioned him at the start of the game at right back.
Just look at that City front four.
Yeah.
Semenyo, Cherki, Haaland and Doku. So much menace.
They're waiting to pounce, aren't they? They're allowing the centre-backs the ball. Now they go.
Hi, what's up? How are you?
Nice footwork from Kepa Arrizabalaga, who's been to 5 Wembley Cup finals with Chelsea and is yet to come away with a winner's medal. He only started 2 of them, in fairness. But his Wembley record is as bad as Arteta's is good. What's the ball? This ball by Doku. Here is Ben White. He's been pushed to the Arsenal fringes in the last couple of seasons. Long and finding Gyökeres. He's just managed to keep it in. Kusanov was first to it. Havertz got to him though, and that will be a free kick to Manchester City to relieve the pressure.
You've just seen that ball again, that high line again, and Ake does not want to do this. Not having played a lot of football, you feel like Gyökeres, without having an electric place, knows what he needs to do. He's a player that needs to have a clear mind when going for the ball, Gyökeres, and there is certainly just run that channel, just go. It's a clear direction for him.
Where, as a former international goalkeeper, do you stand on coaches sticking with their cup goalkeepers in the final?
There is a narrative there that you're looking at, which...
Gyökeres again carrying the fight here, trying to get at James Trafford in the Manchester City goal, but Trafford down to the left and Arisa Balaga up to the right are both understudy goalkeepers most days of the week to Gianluigi Donnarumma and David Raya, but they have kept goal throughout these cup runs, and Pep Guardiola and Mikel Arteta have said, go on, you deserve your chance.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that's where it is having played the previous rounds, and you have that communication at the start of the season from the manager. It's still only March, and if you change your mind there and play Donnarumma or David Raya, you lose a player for the rest of the season. And I think therein, showing your confidence in your goalkeepers, not having played a lot in the last month, one game each, is not something that you're thinking is a great deal. Maybe a little bit caught unawares on decision-making, things like that. That's where a goalkeeper you struggle.
We shall see. Rice. There's his head first to it. Ben White with a quick throw. Can't be offside at a throw-in. Havertz. Saka. This is Zubimendi.
We saw that on that throwing card, that four players just went. They all went. They knew that high line was there again.
That's terrific from Rice, picking out Bukayo Saka. Chance to test out his England teammate Nico O'Reilly. Ben White's first touch was heavy, but here's Zubimendi, and here's Havertz. And what a save that is by Trafford, and again, and again. Once from Havertz, twice from Saka. James Trafford, quick out of the blocks, given the opportunity on the day, and immediately given the opportunity to show us all why.
I'll take a bow, because that's brilliant. From the sub-keeper, from the second-choice keeper. And this decision to come is so quick, so fast, because he's onside. To cut that distance down from 6 yards to nothing in the space of a second is just brilliant. And then from there, just to get up and respond. What a moment for him so early in the game.
23 years of age, just his 13th appearance for Manchester City. But razor-sharp reactions there. He has played here before for Bolton Wanderers in the Papa John's Trophy final 3 years ago. No, I'm not making it up.
I was there. They won.
They did. They beat Plymouth Argyle 4-0 in front of 79,000. It was no small occasion.
Moving the ball nicely. Yeah, looking sharp.
This is bigger. And Trafford rose to the occasion there.
Havertz is really interesting. It's only Rodri sitting in midfield. Bernardo Silva that does it at times for Manchester City. Rodri off the ball rather than on it now. He's going to have to deal with Kai Havertz in that space. He's a tricky customer in there.
Arsenal asking the early questions. Kusanov trying to rough up Gyökeres. It was one of the successes of Tuesday night against Real Madrid. Abdulkadir Kusanov. He's only 22, the heart of the City defence. Havertz testing out that defence again. Ake in the way. Big feet from Bernardo Silva. And O'Reilly has got acres to run into.
What do you make, Sue, of this slender
Just need to
advantage
steady
that
themselves in Manchester City, get some time on the ball. There's a throw in there that they gave it straight to Arsenal. They didn't throw. I'm not sure whether they're coming or going at the moment.
Guardiola's dancing about on the touchline in the background there.
Yeah, it's one of real concern at the moment.
Real progress
Don't want to be
continues.
high and giving the ball away like that.
He insisted yesterday in his media briefing that his team are close. Top things just underneath will flourish. They surfaced today. Guardiola might win this competition for an unparalleled fifth time.
With all the players who are watching today, would you agree that we certainly...
I'm sure that Rodri really wanted that, but he's protected it well. Bernardo Silva, now Ryan Cherki. Semenyo. Cherki. Tez Nunes. Bernardo Silva now providing the width. Swept in by Rodri. Haaland trying to reach it, but he was impeding Saliba in the process.
Well marshalled by Saliba.
Early towards White. Manchester City getting caught off guard by some very accurate long passes from Arsenal. Saka just unable to slip in Gyökeres. It's a little similar to the way that Real Madrid's Fede Valverde caught Manchester City out a couple of times.
Well, he's got the licence, hasn't he, O'Reilly, to drift, to come inside, and it just does leave a huge hole. And Ake, who's not played a lot of football, who isn't the most mobile anymore, whopping great big hole next to him. Hit it fast, hit it early, is the message from Arteta.
O'Reilly trying to get to Saka and gets to him illegally. He has been playing mainly in midfield of late, Nico O'Reilly. He turned 21 just yesterday. I'm trying to think what I did the day after my 21st birthday. Not a lot.
It's going to get tight to Saka there. We'll be watching with intent over quite a few of the players here.
The England national coach now, Thomas Tuchel.
Guys, what's going on, guys? Are you guys watching the match?
Declan Rice standing over the free kick.
Bukayo Saka on the touchline against Bernardo Silva. Ben White in a load of space just outside of all the players there.
Rice instead sweeps it in. O'Reilly deals with it after a fashion hit first time by Trossard. It's going to skewer and bounce for a corner kick, I think, yeah.
Let's keep going, guys. Let's keep going. What the fuck?
Practicing their set pieces. Maybe the opponents trust them to stick to plan A rather than improvise.
Yeah, let's stick to our strengths, and this certainly is one of them. Bukayo Saka's delivery. I'm saying before the game, this is the moment where Trafford will be tested. He is a tall, rangy keeper, but he is slight. The body's in around him. He does struggle with at times.
22 goals from corner kicks this season for Arsenal. The first of the final will be taken by Bukayo Saka. He was driven and flicked out of harm's way by Matheus Nunes. It was a variation on the usual theme. They usually floated in swinging. First Wembley Club Cup final for Declan Rice.
And the second half begins.
Played here many times, 28 times for his country. Played in a European Championship final here for his country. It's not through.
Oh, well saved.
Turned away by
That's a really
Semenyo.
good chance. He put his head to it. It's missed horribly.
Rice wants more. White.
Just look at the stats. They show just how dominant they've been.
That's over here.
Created so many good chances and winning
City have not
comfortably.
actually
The
won
defence
any
has
of their
struggled
last
to
6
play,
games
and
against
sure,
Arsenal.
we're going to see a
Pep
change
hasn't
soon. This could
beaten
be
Miguel for
humiliating.
close on 3 years. The problem for Arteta is that Guardiola City have won 4 of the last 5 Premier League titles, 6 of the last 8, and Arsenal have finished second in each of the last 3 seasons. It's not the battles, it's the war that he's got to try to win. Facing today, battle is the end of the war today. There is a trophy to take away.
There is that narrative, there is that what next for these two teams with the rest of the season folding, and just the nerves around Arsenal that have been there throughout, the narrative that's been outside of the club, not in it. One that they can't shake until they do win that trophy, and today might be that day.
Meet again next month in Manchester in the English Premier League. It's between those two now. Title. Quarter of an hour gone nearly. Manchester City haven't really got started.
Weight goes for a throw-in. Here comes a change.
82 minutes in Madrid, substituted in between. Manchester City were ready to substitute him at West Ham last weekend, but Guardiola changed his mind, left him on. Trossard to Nkapie. Lopez is such a winning runner.
He's taken things forward and not cheap.
Trafford has done well to connect with Doku there. Zimbabwe's connected with him too, and like plays it forward to Saka, and Bernardo Silva's going to have to watch his
Into the
step.
last 20 minutes.
Manchester City have got a problem here, Clive. They're playing high and wide with Semenyo and Doku, but the front three are so isolated in there that they've got nowhere to go. That they're struggling to get the ball into them because they're so far away from their teammates. And then when they do get the offside, they're far away from everyone, so they're almost playing with 8 players when they've got the ball as opposed to 11.
Yeah, we were in Madrid the week before last, and
Because he was in there.
Guardiola played 4 forwards there and changed it at half-time and said afterwards, bad selection, we were unbalanced.
Over to Alex Smith now. She's got a goal at Augsburg to report.
Arsenal do have a habit of slowing the game down for a set piece.
They're ensuring we don't miss a thing.
Rice. Too long. Haaland away. A little bit straight. Ben White. He's done well to find Saka. It's Bukayo Saka. Just lost it under his own feet for a moment. Trossard in Nkapie. Gabriel is still forward. Kusanov at the stretch, calmly away by Rodri. Semenyo runs into traffic. Manchester City have player down. It's Ryan Cherki.
Being pressed here.
Just got caught by Bukayo Saka trying to protect the ball, and you're looking at that opportunity for Saka. He had the chance to hit it, but then changed his mind. That opportunity had gone, and then he was in panic mode, trying to keep away from a number of City players.
The right option.
These two have been 5 times here at Wembley, all in times on in the last 12-13 years. Arsenal have prevailed in 4 of those 5 games, but guess who won the only cup final between the two? Yes, him. Said his sole success was the one that came with a major trophy, this trophy, in 2018.
Taking the match
Guardiola
ball
beat
home.
Wenger that day, 8 years ago.
The ball rolling again, but it's not rolled get away all
Tens
game.
minutes, trying to get Manchester City moving. Antoine Semenyo. He's wrong-footed in Nkapie. He's found a cross which Haaland almost got to. This is Doku.
Moving forward well.
Well, it was a searching cross, but he had a bit of devil about it.
Perfectly
Erling Haaland
anticipated.
didn't have to get much on it to turn it in.
This could be dangerous.
Fantastic ball, possibly too good, too well hit. Just fires it into that space. They got pressed at one end, and we did 4 or 5 passes at the other. It's inches away from the forehead of Erling Haaland.
Weiser.
Right, Cherki. He's predominantly left-footed, but look how he's taken his corner right-footed.
This one's Weiser.
Havertz.
It's done the keeper.
But he shows the strength there to hold
He's
him.
not got a foot on the ball. Diverted it to Saka. Rice, there's plenty happening off the ball. Bukayo Saka was caught that time.
He's just run into a sizable frame. Jeremy Doku there. This one's caught him out.
There is
It's an
the
innocuous
final
clash
whistle. Plenty
between
of
the two,
positives
but
to
again,
take away.
Arsenal
Not least
going
of
with
these
the pace
points.
into attack. They're almost in hyperspeed. Just the urgency to get forward. The decision-making goes out the window from Kai Havertz. That's the collision. I'm not sure he knew he was there at all.
Zunächst mal danke, dass Sie direkt nach dem Schlusspfiff zu uns gekommen sind. Das war's auch schon. Vielen Dank.
Goal kick which James Trafford will take, having made the outstanding saves of the game so far. Kepa Arrizabalaga at the other end. Easy for me to say. He has been relatively untroubled. Erling Haaland has yet to touch the ball in the Arsenal half of the field. He couldn't touch it there.
Therein lies the problem for City. They're not getting him in the game. They're not getting anyone close to him. It's all well and good in being up there and being occupied by the two centre-backs. But getting close to him has been the problem.
Manchester City still looking for a pace count. Rodri. He's the orchestrator of this team. He's the one who's got to try to start pulling the strings. O'Reilly. Doku trying to get beyond White, but Saliba with the cover. There's a good aggression about the game. Sometimes cup finals can be a bit arm's length, a bit respectful.
The Arsenal shape is really good. They're just becoming really narrow as a front four almost. Just see to your right-hand side, Erling Haaland has now got Nico O'Reilly, the left-back, up near him. That's the closest anyone's got to him in this first half. And they just can't get the ball to them, create the angles. Turkey on the ball now needs to be somewhere, needs to get closer to Haaland. He's the creative one that can get there.
Kusanov eventually dinking it forward towards Semenyo. Gabriel away. Trossard holds off Cherki. Another for Gyökeres to chase, but Kusanov is a smooth mover.
Hey,
Some afters now
Yeah.
between Zubimendi and O'Reilly. Manchester born and bred, Nico O'Reilly. Always good to see the local players coming through for the local team, particularly when that club can afford to buy just about any left back they want to in the world. Arsenal with a handle on the game in this opening quarter.
They've shown that they've got the ability to mix it, haven't they? They're not afraid to go long. Out of shot now, you can see it. We can see on the halfway line. It's a 3v3. They can do that whenever they want. They can hit it long and ask that question, and that so far has been the difference.
Manchester City are defending from that halfway line, very high again. Arrizabalaga will be eyeing that with interest.
Just see Bukayo Saka next to the referee. That's the ball that everyone's looking for in the game, but everybody on the opposition knows it as well. It's a little game within a game there. It's so cat and mouse. They're just leaving that gap for them. Can you hit it, Kepa? Can you find it? Because you're going to leave him.
Gabriel's given it away. Eventually ran out of patience. Bernardo Silva, Cherki on. Haaland. This is Semenyo. Gabriel managed to hook it away in the nick of time.
Just a touch, wasn't it, from Semenyo? It was good from Manchester City, that patience. Laying the trap there. Gabriel fell into it.
And there's no more patient team around than Arsenal, but inevitably you grow a little agitated and a little worried if you're playing centre-back to centre-back for 30, 40 seconds. Eventually you feel as if you've got to try to affect the game and do something positive, and that could be the moment you give it away. Cherki, Semenyo. Bernardo Silva to Mateus Nunes, now Rodri. All coming together with his Spanish international understudy Martin Zubimendi. Doku against White. Ake. Rodri. Doku finding O'Reilly in a bit of space, and now Rodri facing the play can pick a pass. And that pass is Ryan Cherki. Defended by Trossard. Better this from Manchester City.
Yeah, they've got to handle them, mate. They've got control of the ball, got control of the game. They found the shape. The majority of the possession in the last minutes. Finding the confidence as well.
Semenyo. His pace has got him beyond Hincapié. It's a really important block that by Gabriel Magalhaes. Corner kick.
It's a really nice dummy from that man, Semenyo. Just looked to feint to cross it on this touch, and then he went again, and Hincapié was done.
First major cup final, first Wembley for Antoine Semenyo at the age of 26. He's actually gone out of this competition already. He was knocked out with Bournemouth in round 2, but you get beaten, join them. Join Manchester City in January. Bernardo Silva, deep. Headed away by Saliba. Saka's done well to protect it initially. Saliba just tossed forward. Havertz made something of it, so did Gyökeres. Bumped to the ground, free kick Arsenal.
It's really good from Havertz, and then from Gyökeres. Just indecision from Manchester City. Ake, he's been scarred by the players going behind him, and he's dropping already. That, with the first ball, gave Gyökeres the ability, the opportunity to head the ball.
It's not for me to referee this game, but how many fouls has Bernardo been guilty of so far? Just the one yellow card for Piero Hincapié. Going pretty well for Mikel Arteta and his right-hand man, Arden Swedenberg. It's been given a little bit more to think about in the last 5 minutes. But here's space for Havertz. White. Trossard, something on it. Kuznov just straight ahead of Gyökeres.
You can feel the tension in the air. Dropping a key player is always a risky strategy, but the manager is standing by his decision. Will it pay off? And hello everyone from the far western part of Germany. We find ourselves at the Borussia Park in the city of Mönchengladbach. I'm Derek Ray here in the commentary box, and joining me to provide expert analysis is the former England attacker Sid Schmidt. And we have live action from the Bundesliga coming right up. It's Borussia Mönchengladbach against Bayern Wiesbaden.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Rice
It's
sorts
been
it
a
out.
good game today and an atmosphere to
Early,
match.
2 against 2. Hamas underneath it, wins it from Ake. This is Gyökeres. Christenov wasn't letting it pass.
And here's the starting 11 for Borussia Mönchengladbach.
But he got a lot of it
It's
to
a 5-2-3
Gyökeres.
out of possession, but as soon as they win the ball back, the shape quickly more of the front through, making sure that they win that ball.
Onto Gyökeres.
Is it going to be?
Made his mind up from about 15 yards away that Gyökeres and the ball, we're not going to get past him there,
Let's have
and
a
he
look
made
at
sure
the
of it.
initial
Come on, mate.
11 for the visitors.
It looks like a 5-2-3 system. I'm
He's
sure
a long way from home. Is Christenov held some good start,
yeah,
which
he was
is
right on the
3,000 miles away. It's actually northeast of Iran.
Goalkeeping.
Further east than Iran. Comes from the city of Tashkent. It's taken him a year or so to settle in England, but he's
Can
an
they
important
fashion a chance?
part of that city rearguard now.
It's going to go.
Keeps your eyes drawn to the three at the far post, but Saliba and Gabriel are the main two. They're in, waiting on the edge of the D.
But he's gone short with it.
Declan Rice.
And it's on for the lead. And a goal! They start as they need to continue. They make the opening statement.
Here's a Malaga. Gabriel is still forward. Gyökeres' first touch is good, but Ake caught off very quickly indeed. Excellent defending.
Yeah, really good response because he's lost him. Just having a look at the middle of the screen, he got the wrong side of him.
Putting all their energies into winning
Ake
back possession.
to turn on boosters just to catch up, and as well as he did, you feel like that's the bit that Gyökeres is missing in his game, that turn of speed.
No advantage with them. Referee says play on.
Rice to propel another missile from this left-hand side. Headed by Semenyo, kept alive by Havertz. Semenyo again. Cherki hooked it away.
That's a good-looking ball.
Gabriel still forward, a swinging arm there.
Showing good ball control. And possession lost by Gladbach.
Says Nunes called that one.
Gerard Neves.
Not too clear areas of the game, haven't we? The start was 20 minutes and Arsenal dominated, and Manchester City coming back into it. Feel within those moments, big moments which you talked about at the start of the game, feel that Manchester City will
Stoppage
be
in play
happier
and a chance
with
for the
it being
referee to go back retrospectively and out a yellow card.
Arsenal. When it goes like this, you feel like they might get a little bit nervous.
Struggle for Gladbach to keep the ball.
Says Nunes. Royce was got into trouble there. Christenov managed to jab it away. Here's
On the
Cherki.
ball is Hack.
Now O'Reilly running free. Doku is ahead of
Victor
him.
Christiansen. Robin Hack.
Jeremy Doku. He's found Bernardo Silva. Header away by Gabriel.
Position. Brilliantly blocked.
Rice surrounded. Wants to find a way out to Capiak.
Creative look about this, but they dealt with the threat first. Christiansen.
Chopped into the back of Havertz there.
Nicely over the
Referee's
top.
patience.
High quality defending. Not giving it away.
Doku to O'Reilly.
challenge to bring that attack to an end. Really
First touch
fine
wasn't the best. Toss up. Left it towards Gyökeres. Really good contest that with Kusen. Saka takes. There's plenty going on, but there was a... free, look at it for Ben White, or Nkapie, I should say. He actually got loose there. There was nobody with him as he jumped.
Well, they managed to
Attention was
snuff
turned
that
towards the
quickly,
goal, and
didn't they?
Saliba and Peter Banks, the referee, had just drawn everyone's eye towards it.
Marquet was not eligible to play
intelligent
in
defending.
this competition. The regulation states that you need to sign for your new club.
On to Nash. Is it going to be? Really wanted to extend their advantage.
Oh, that's a big opportunity. He's just not clinical enough in front of goal.
He's through. It's still alive. The attack ended disappointingly. Nico Alvedi. Victor Christiansen. On the ball is Hack. Tim Kleindienst. Rioson. Textbook example of how to cut it out. In a decent position. That'll be Gladbach's ball.
Well, the possession stats show the visitors haven't had much of the ball, but when they have had it, they've looked dangerous. They won't mind their opponents having the ball if they're not hurting them.
And the threat on the counter-attack is very real. Here they come again. A real opening now. It's coming. Well, they're really in the mood here. Can they be stopped?
Watch live soccer on your phone, ad-free and high quality and for free. Watch every match from every league in the world right now. Download it now. It's free.
Guys, with this site, you can literally watch any soccer match live.
We got the school fees money you sent via Remitly. Be together. Send money to loved ones with Remitly.
Swerves away.
Billions of people and billions of ways to grow, especially in the UAE. Meet Olymp Trainer. Look,
We got the school fees money you sent via Remitly.
In the first leg
Be
of the
together.
semi-final.
Send money to loved ones with
In
Remitly.
his 4 seasons with... Usually an excuse to rest him. He started more games for City this season than Erling Haaland. Nkapie.
And that is going to be all for the first.
Last 5 minutes of an engrossing first half. It has not been laced with endless goalmouth action. You have to work for every yard you get in this game.
It's not for the want of trying, is it? We were wondering whether Manchester City had come and close up shop and park the bus and make it a bit of a boring watch, but it's not been that. They've been going for it. It's just not been able to calculate or click into gear yet for either team to perfection.
Just throwing Saka out of the way, but apparently that was okay.
Well, we've got things going again here, and I wonder what kind of second half we have in store for us.
Riley gets through it this time. Well, he's as bemused as I am. This is Havertz, though. Okay, can't be down to Kusanov. It was an anywhere will do clearance, but he found Shenki, and now Haaland, and he's got options left and right here. Jeremy Doku, 3-inch support.
Coming up after that authoritative challenge.
He's outnumbered, has to make do with the consolation of a corner.
Really well there between the two of them, Mike and Saliba.
In possession.
Realising that was in the area where he wanted to be. Doku and the centre back trapped that really well. Saka's still having a chat with Peter Banks, as you can see on the TV.
Here's the captain. He's the second youngest player in this Arsenal team. Bukayo Saka, only Jeremy Capier is younger.
Yeah, lovely tackle, well in.
Quite something, captain of Arsenal at 24. Towards Haaland.
Victor Christiansen.
He was double teamed. Bernardo Silva. Mateus Nunes.
Another live back from the Bundesliga coming up soon on EA TV. It's Borussia Mönchengladbach facing Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. Should be a cracking match.
Blocked by Gyökeres right there.
Christiansen.
Bit of pressure building. Bernardo Silva. And it's an important one by Rice. Arsenal can't keep the ball. Sherky.
Nico Alvedi.
It's a cutting run, but he just took on a bit too much. Best spell is for Manchester City. Sherky.
Nunez. Nico Alvedi.
Rodri.
30 minutes left for play. Tim Kleindienst. And possession changing hands.
Bernardo Silva allowed to turn. Rice didn't buy any of those dummies. Sherky, that's clever. Semenyo. Somehow spun into space. Still out to Semenyo. Chance for Haaland. Really well defended. White and Capier jumped with him and made it very difficult for Haaland because the cross was spot on.
At this moment, for Manchester City, they had to do something different. And Cherky Semenyo provided that something of difference. White at the far post. Knew he was going to get out jump. Knew he was going to get muscled by Haaland.
Well, he just needed to show a bit more
provided enough of a block, enough of an obstacle. Did that.
Did well to get his head on the ball and saw there, Haaland.
And they're moving it around with real purpose here.
Still to score at Wembley Stadium. It's coming up 9 hours of football on this field for Erling Haaland. Without a goal to his name.
Cross fired over. Well, it wasn't quite as
What
good
have these
as
two
it
got
looked
to
when
say
it
in the
was
next
played
15
over.
minutes?
Arteta will say, look, go out and do the same again. We created the key chance of the half. I think we're just wondering whether Pep might have a think about a change, think about a little change in shape. Bringing Haaland into the game more, maybe playing Semenyo a little bit higher in a central position and putting Cherky out wide. It's something that we've done before.
What can they do from here?
Riley. Last attack of the half. 3 for company here for Nico O'Reilly. Saka for company too. He used to be a fullback. It's the last action of a close first half. Surprise, surprise. Arsenal certainly had the clearest side of the goal in the opening stages, but James Trafford responded with 3 saves in a couple of moments. Manchester City have grown into the game. Erling Haaland had his first solid goal in the closing stages.
It's half time between Arsenal and Manchester City. What do we learn from this game? Oh my God. It was an epic match.
Every set of Continental tires.
It was an epic match, but I think Arsenal deserve more in this match. I think we deserve more. We deserve more. We deserve more. We deserve to be at least.
Interrupted.
We deserve to be at least. Please understand, guys.
And my
I
tires
don't know what's happening today. YouTube. Let's go, YouTube.
Everything we do is engineered to give you confidence. Continental, the smart choice in tires.
I don't know why Havertz have to eat that ball.
Helping Adrian Brody
He
prepare for
literally
his role as a
missed that
TurboTax
goal.
expert has been
Very open
interesting.
goal one-on-one.
I can handle that.
That's one of the things that
Kind
makes me angry about Kai Havertz.
We do
He
people's
can be in
taxes for them
position.
on their phone or
Score.
in person
That's
so
the
that they
problem
can
he has.
relax.
Yeah, I know what his tax is.
Finish with
when
leg
they
is
cry,
problem, but if his
They
head,
don't cry.
okay.
They just go home happy.
Guys, so
then they cry.
it's a very good
There's
game.
no
It's
crying.
a very good
He's
first half.
so committed.
We are
Can I
pushing
cry?
till 29 minutes. They started pushing on against us. I want us to win this match. I'm serious about this. We need to win this match, guys. We really need to win this match.
The perfect drive after all. Welcome to Genesis.
To go.
4 parks. 1 vacation that changes everything. Universal Orlando Resort.
With Expedia,
And
the more
baby.
Ken travels, the more he earns.
With Bianchi.
Got this car with 1 key cash and 10 map. It was free.
Ken, in Italy, they also drive on the right. Scusi, Expedia, the one place you go to go
5
places.
minutes remaining. And one thing is certain, no one is leaving because it's still close.
What'd she call her? Oh, yeah, she's
Nico
in the
Alvini.
trains neighborhoods.
You know, stadiums do. Very lucrative.
Oasis Reefs Cannon Spa.
The right money moves aren't as absurd as you think.
Chasing this game, desperate for a leveler.
Welcome along everybody to Wembley. It is half-time in the Carabao Cup final and scoreless so far
We are committed
between
to making
Arsenal
the
and
substitution here.
Manchester City. Good to have you with us, everybody. Here we are pitchside under the big arch in London. I'm Bobby Miller alongside Nigel Ripper, Mike Grower and Troy Deeney. How are we feeling about that first half, boys? Troy, who do you think's the happier of the two?
I would have to say for me, I think that Man City.
Did you try now?
Oh no, Man City grew into that. I thought that Arsenal were confident, out of possession, not really anything being created. The only attacking element Man City showed was Semenyo. Not minding so much about how attacking they be. Doku hasn't really made it great, and Semenyo's only running and showing.
Time, and it goes down as a victory for the visitors.
Thanks, Bobby. No, what I think is, everything that Nigel said, I do believe that the feeling around the place is that Arsenal only have to get it right once. Man City at the moment, no one's running in behind, we're going to show you that shortly. But everything has to be perfect for Man City to score a goal. Arsenal, they can do it from corners, they can turn it over and just put a ball down the line. Gyökeres has been fantastic today, by the way, showing Erling Haaland up. 9 times out of 10 as a striker, I'm always going to go Haaland's the better of the two. But Gyökeres is running in behind without the ball. They are a very well-organised team, but no one gives them credit for the work they do without the ball. Just running in behind, making it hard for this Man City team to just get on the ball.
When you look at the matchup, you say, who does it suit? Who wants to play in this type of game more? Tactical, slower,
in low blocks. Arsenal have been here before. They're here every weekend. They're here every match that they play. They like these kind of games. For Man City, I agree with Nigel. Get the ball to Semenyo. Tapia has a yellow card. Get the ball to Semenyo. Get the ball to Doku. Doku has to be better coming inside. Cross has to put more pressure on Arsenal's back line. But for me, Arsenal are more comfortable in this type of game. Right now, it's suiting them. So we'll see what the second half is.
All right, interesting stuff. We mentioned Anita Jones is also here with us. Anita, what did you think of that first half?
Yeah, I actually wanted to expand a little on what Brella was saying there. I think both managers have quite a lot to think about it in terms of how they defend and build their attacks up. Pierre Nkapia getting that yellow card so early on in the first half. If Man City get the ball to him more, you see Antoine Semenyo beating him more. I really think that Mikel Arteta is probably going to have to think whether he brings on the like of Calafiori on to replace their Ecuadorian. In terms of the attack from Man City, it was interesting that they kept going to Doku of the two wings. Again, if they opted for Antoine Semenyo, I think they'd have more luck.
Absolutely right, Anita. Kuznetsov also has a yellow card, doesn't he, from that first half. Stay with us, everybody. We're going to bring you the first half highlights here from Wembley Stadium in just a second. 0-0 between Arsenal and Manchester City in the Carabao Cup final so far.
With passes from Sling, jump in and out of the tournament whenever you want. Pick from a 1, 3, or 7-day pass starting at $5.99 a day. Your choice, more savings. Watch basketball your way with passes from Sling.
Wake up, you spray tan troll.
What's up?
Nikki, you told me to roast you if you didn't wake up.
Okay, deal's a deal.
I guess that whole beauty sleep thing is a myth.
That's the best you can do.
You look great. For a corpse.
Okay, I'm up. Oh boy, I need something in me.
You mean besides lip filler?
Okay, that was actually pretty good.
I found that fancy restaurant you like on Open Table, but wear a bra this time.
You know I can return you, right?
Good thing you're too lazy.
You know me well. Let's go for a walk.
Dad, can we go for the walk?
Reaching your financial goals can feel impossible. But we can help you seize them. Credit Karma gives you personalized guidance to improve your credit, savings, taxes, and more. So you can find your way to money. Intuit Credit Karma. Karma you can count on.
So many in-network doctors on ZocDoc.
Mom, we need you to focus. Can Abby come over for a play date?
Dr. Anderson had me back at home in no time. No?
Mom, stay with me. We need snacks. And liquid stat. I left my water bottle at school.
Really? Dr. Vassell is comforting and didn't rush me. And he can see me today. Booked.
We're losing.
You've got options. Download the ZocDoc app today.
It's scoreless so far between the quadruple hopefuls Arsenal and the four-time winners of this competition under Pep Guardiola, Manchester City, here at Wembley Stadium. Good to have you back with us, everybody. Let's have a look at some of the chances from that first half. James Trafford started in goal today. He had to make a bit of a triple save, didn't he, Grell, early on?
Yeah, this is Saka on the side. Look how easy Manchester City's broken down here. Just a one pass here, a little triangle, boom, boom. Kai Havertz is in alone with Trafford. He does really well to close it. Saka asked once, Saka asked twice, and it's Trafford that just does really well closing the space here. You see Kai Havertz here, he times the line really well. A little bit too much of hesitation, but good on the young goalkeeper Trafford there to make some really big saves early on.
And this is when you talk about Man City, how disappointed that they've been. And they get one chance, and it's before Erling Haaland. And it's good play down the right-hand side. And eventually ball comes in, it's a half a chance, he gets up, probably goes a bit too early, comes back around again. and nothing else comes of it.
No, but for me, this is what Arsenal have struggled with here. Kepi have been fantastic. Never really seen him been got out 1v1. Semenyo goes on the outside. It's a wicked ball in. And you'll just see there's a little push here from Saliba that takes it away from Haaland. He's fantastic defending.
Yeah, great defending.
Yeah, and then, you know, what Troy has mentioned in the Semenyo chances here. Watch this where he picks up the football. He picks it up in here. Look how aggressive directly he is here. Boom. See you later with a couple touches. Goes by Declan Rice. Ball in the box to Haaland. But again, at that back post, like Troy made the point at halftime, it's so easy. 2v1 back there. They know where he is at all times. They touch him. They feel him. He's not going to go anywhere. It's hard for him to get a rhythm. Hard for him to get a head start there with, you know, him being the only danger man in the box really aerially.
We just talk about how simple football can be at times. Semenyo's on absolute fire. Give him the ball. He wants to take people on, and he's causing problems every time he's had the ball in one-on-one situations.
Haaland still to score at Wembley, Troy. How do you rate his first half? Because you were more impressed, right, with the Arsenal side of things in the attack.
Yeah, I thought he grew into the half. To start with, he was getting bullied. There's another way to say it. Saliba was throwing him on the ground, and I think we're going to show that now. He getting thrown on the ground. Never really gave his team a situation to build up of. But also, when you see these chances, Arsenal are going, bang, 2v1. You're not getting anything from us today. I think they need to know when to put the ball into the box. If I was him in there now, I'd be saying to Doku and Semenyo, what are you going to do? When are you going to cross it? Let me know, because I can't make a run.
Right.
And it's just getting more and more frustrating.
Yeah, frustration growing. Just to look at the numbers from that first half for you between Arsenal and Manchester City. In fact, we're going to take a quick break, everybody. Stay with us. We're going to get you back over to Clive Tilsley and Rob Green in just a second for the second half.
People say that radical hospitality is a thing of the past. But at Takova's, we beg to differ. We pour everything into helping you make the West your own. Come visit us and see what's in store for you.
Well, I should get going. Not without dessert. Oh, DoorDash is on the way. The game's about to start. Let's stay for the game. I'm falling asleep. I'm never leaving you, right? Coffee it is. Right?
Today's students are tomorrow's great thinkers and innovators.
What can this fall teach us about the way things move?
But right now, there's a funding crisis in public schools. Millions of kids go to schools that don't have the supplies they need just because of where they live. Donors Choose is a nonprofit that lets you support students and teachers in your community and beyond. You could provide first graders with pencils and paper, help a music class get a guitar, or you could supply a classroom like this one with a science project. But what you're really giving is a moment that sparks a brighter tomorrow. Learn more at DonorsChoose.org. Choose students. Shape the future.
Bob's is bringing the wow back. You can wait for a sale price, or you can get wow-worthy prices every day at Bob's. Like this Play Day sectional for just $7.99, delivered in days. Or this real marble dining set in 2 finishes. And with our everyday low prices plus flexible financing options, your tax refund goes further at Bob's.
And with tons of styles ready to ship and old furniture removal, you can get your furniture fast and easy.
Wow!
Oh, my Bob.
Greatness hurts. And so can being a fan. That's why we're there with fast, effective pain relief. That's Tylenol. That's care without limits.
Welcome back to Wembley Stadium, to the best seat in the house for the second half of the Carabao Cup final. Clive Tilsley with Rob Green alongside him. Anything surprised you about that first half, Rob?
I think the assertiveness of Arsenal, I thought they played a little bit more cagey in that first half, and I thought that maybe both teams had shown a little bit more respect, but both teams you feel have really gone for it in that first half.
This is the 50th game of Arsenal season, one more than Manchester City. They're unbeaten in the last 14. Only Real Madrid have beaten Manchester City in their last 14. But now they're out of the Champions League. They're 9 points adrift of Arsenal in the EPL title race. They do have a game in hand. And interestingly, they do now have a clear week ahead of the summit meeting with Arsenal in Manchester on April the 19th. Arsenal are going to be engaged with trying to win their European quarter-final against Sporting a few days before. So, I mean, there's a lot riding on these contests between these two in the closing weeks and months of the season.
Yeah, this next 45 minutes and maybe more could be pivotal over the course of the season. You're talking in terms of momentum, and you're talking in terms of narrative away from both clubs. Is this the turning of the tide for Arsenal? Well, that 45 minutes didn't answer it. They've got 45 and more maybe to go.
Arsenal have always been trophy contenders in modern times, but this is not the first trophy famine they've endured in recent years. When Mikel Arteta lifted the FA Cup here in 2014, it was their first major triumph for 9 years. 9 Arsene Wenger years. They have not finished top of the league in England since 2004, remember, but they've been around the top of the league for each of the last 4 seasons, 4 major semi-finals in the last 5 seasons, 2 last year. The expectations have been growing, and rightly so, but the final step is often the steepest. They just haven't been able to plant their flag on the summit, and the rest of us keep reminding them of it. And the echoes of the questions, and yes, the doubts that have been expressed about Arsenal during those last few years might just be beginning to appear in the backs of 1 or 2 minds if this final remains in the balance right through to the bitter end. 45 more minutes. If that doesn't separate them, 30 added minutes. And if that doesn't separate them, it's a penalty shootout to decide the final.
It was a close first half, wasn't it? And we saw an Arsenal team with an assertive start, going forwards quick, and that kind of died out of the half, died out of the game for them as Manchester City came into it. It's still Haaland front on his own with Semenyo high and wide. Just seeing him drift inside a little bit, maybe seeing him do that more, create more of an option. Troy Deeney talking at half-time, occupy the centre halves more, could be an option for Manchester City. Arsenal, I think they can just only play one way and keep plugging away in the way that they have, getting the ball out to Saka. He's been the creative influence in that first half for them, alongside Kai Havertz.
The longer the final goes goalless, the greater the importance of the opening goal, the greater the jeopardy on the first big mistake. Shecky, who's been coming deep to get the ball, hasn't been close to Haaland very much in the game so far, trying to get it through to Semenyo.
He's just having a conversation with Semenyo on the ball there, saying, I need you to make that run earlier. Manchester City do need to do it earlier. We were talking at half-time, Clive, weren't we? And saying, when is the good ball for them? It's as early as possible. When Arsenal get set, it's nigh on impossible for them to get through. It's so difficult for Manchester City to break those lines.
We've got a standoff at Wembley. Who's going to make the first move?
It is 4v4 at the other end of the pitch at the moment, and it's whether you decide to do it, Kepa, how you decide to do it.
Gabriel, eventually they forced a spoon ball forward, which wasn't accurate. Rodri's managed to link here with Doku. Mateus Nunes. Just beyond Haaland. White managed to help it on its way. O'Reilly though. Bernardo Silva, now Doku.
Shirts that are there, and it was Saliba and Gabriel stood in front of the goal. Got to find another run, another man.
Shecky, little pass from Semenyo, and Haaland goes on. He was having his shirt pulled there. As he turned, he's not complaining, he's not appealing. But Gabriel had a handful of Haaland's shirt.
Yeah, I think we got the wrong side. And from there, not sure whether it'd be enough. Saliba actually had to overturn this. A shirt of one, 6 of one, half a done of the other, because Haaland's holding on to Saliba's shirt as well. Yeah, I might well have a look, but I don't think anything's going to come of it.
Gyökeres to Havertz. Gyökeres has found a cross. Ake had a bit of time, didn't make the most of it, and Havertz has hit it against Kusanov. Two teams now attacking the end of Wembley Stadium, where their vocal support is gathered.
Bit of a bonus corner. This man could have just cleared it straight up the pitch.
Those, 22 corners that Arsenal have scored from this season. 12 from the right, 10 from the left.
It's a double bonus because it wasn't a corner. It's a goal kick hitting Kai Havertz.
Declan Rice. Gabriel tried to get to it, stamped away by Ake. Says Nunes can clear his lines, and Doku's in pursuit, and Kepa Arrizabalaga is off limits, and he's been dispossessed here. Jeremy Doku, free kick has been given, and a yellow card shown to Arrizabalaga. Now, you may argue that the referee might have played an advantage. He can still come back and caution the goalkeeper.
Was the advantage there? Was there a person to play to for Doku? It's undeniable. It's that Kepa has got it wrong, and he is holding back Doku. It's gone very wide from where he is. It's barely a goal-scoring opportunity to score from the touchline, but we haven't got the angle to see who's in the middle. You can see where Haaland is. He's 30 yards behind.
But it's not a goal-scoring opportunity for Ake, not a clear goal-scoring opportunity. So the yellow card is confirmed. Pep Guardiola, who's actually in the midst of a touchline ban here in England. He's only on that touchline because of a technicality. He'll be back on his phone in the grandstands when City take on Liverpool in the FA Cup in 2 weeks' time, but the ban does not cover this competition.
He needs to get his head back on again now, Kepa, because this is going to be fired in. He's just putting that wall up to protect the near post. The ball could well, just from Semenyo, just be fired straight at him with bodies going across.
Semenyo. After all that, huge disappointment.
He looks on a bit bemused by what that free kick was, but it's a let-off for Kepa. Decision to come and then misjudgment, and then all getting away with a yellow card, I feel.
It's speculative effort as somebody who has scored 7 times in his 13 starts for Manchester City, played a big part in winning the semi-final, but that was wildly ambitious. And looking back, he had better options. Gyökeres turning, charging down the attempted clearance by Matheus Nunes. Just wonder, Rob, from your experience, if they are the most difficult moments for goalkeepers who are not playing regularly, not so much the agility or the ability to stop shots or catch crosses, but making decisions.
Yeah, they are the moments. Crosses and long balls over the top, and I was talking about Trafford with the set pieces before the game. Well, those are the moments you're looking at to say, you just don't practice in training. You practice your shot stopping all day long. But a ball from 60 yards with one player running in one direction, another player running in another. There's only games that brings you those moments of clarity.
10th appearance of the season for Kepa Arrizabalaga, all in cup competitions. Bernardo Silva. Broken the challenge from Zubimendi. Managed to bite back at him. Haaland. Doku. Temperature rising. Nico O'Reilly. Doku. He's found a cross. He's found Leandro Trossard. Nobody in blue expected him to be able to squeeze it across the penalty area.
No, there wasn't the belief there, and Haaland had gone out to help out. That's what I was saying about Semenyo playing as a more central goal. Well, that's where he scores his goals. Just getting in Haaland's way, basically. But he's way out on the right.
Cherki. It's found a way to Haaland. He looks revved up now. Bernardo Silva. Oh, the Red Sea parted there. Bernardo Silva still. Jeremy Doku. Haaland's there. Important header by Trossard. Kept alive by Matheus Nunes. Cherki. Roll back to Rodri. Hit it against Zubimendi.
There's some good pressure from Manchester City. They're finding different ways now. They've got different gears. They're clicking into action. This man is ticking, Bernardo Silva.
Cherki. Semenyo. Cherki trying to slide it into Bernardo Silva. Trossard's done some good defensive work in the last couple of minutes. It wasn't a very good clearance, though. Doku is one-on-one with White here. He's got no cover, Ben White. Zubimendi's there now. Doku rolled in. Turned away by Rice. Saka could afford a couple of touches. Here comes City again. Cherki. Kusanov. Rodri. The fans can feel it.
Yeah, these are the moments, Clive. These are the moments we were talking about. Win your moments within the game. If Arsenal see this through, they'll see it as a massive win.
Semenyo against Hincapié. Antoine Semenyo. That was quite a long way wide in the end, but good pressure from Manchester City. Big issues for Arsenal to solve.
Yeah, they're going through the gears and they're getting the better players on the ball. Semenyo's able to run on the inside than Hincapié that time, but before that Silva was getting on the ball. Haaland was fighting with the centre halves, and all of a sudden Arsenal are searching, but they saw that wave of attack through.
Bernardo Silva should be well rested after that red card after 17 minutes in midweek. This is his 35th start of the season. He's 31 now, in his 9th and probably his final season with Manchester City. His 22nd Wembley appearance with the club. He has been round the block and got all the T-shirts. And now some know-how and technical ability is beginning to shine through in the crowded areas of this cup final. Here is Bernardo Silva. Havertz can't escape. Good from Matheus Nunes. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Cherki. Rodri to Semenyo. Incessant pressure now from Manchester City. Important challenge from Hincapié. City still have it. Kusanov. The fighter on the ropes at the moment, Arsenal. They've just got to cover up and try to get through this barrage. Semenyo, lovely layoff to Matheus Nunes. Haaland's got a chance to run. It's Erling Haaland. Saliba, though, had charge of the situation.
Just that final touch lets him down. It's the first opening he's had all game with the ball at his feet to run at one of the two centre-backs, and his touch deserts him.
Arsenal can't get out. Hemmed in. Shaky. Rodri. Ryan Shaky. Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Towards the head of Haaland, away by Saliba. This is Ake. Hincapié smuggles it clear.
Well, it fell to the wrong player. They needed Rodri, they needed Bernardo Silva on the edge of the box. It was Ake.
But City is still on the edge of the
Ai,
Arsenal
City
box.
don't score.
And here's
God.
Cherki again. A keeper's spilled it. And a right goal. Breakthrough for Manchester City. Nico O'Reilly. Happy birthday. 21 yesterday. He scored against Real Madrid this season. And now he scored in a Wembley Cup final. Manchester born. 4 goals in his last 7 starts. He's not in the team to score goals, but that's what he's done. But it's a horror moment for Kepa Arrizabalaga.
Well, his first blood to Manchester City, and it's a gift. Because he can't make his mind up whether to catch or parry, and he goes for the former, and it should be the latter. Just needs a touch on it, feeling it's on its way, but he doesn't. He tries to catch it. It's just millimetres too high, and the left back in the centre forward position, the goal poacher's position, is there first to react.
But this is not foul.
He won't score an easier goal. He might not score a bigger goal.
This is not foul.
It's 12 years since the team that has scored first in the Carabao Cup final has lost the Carabao Cup final. And the team that came from behind that day in 2014 was Manchester City. Does it still mean anything to him? Oh, yes. But it's been coming almost since the restart. Manchester City have penned Arsenal in. And if the goal was a little untidy and down to an error, it's an error that City's pressure has forced. And it was their left back, 3 yards out, who scored it.
Saying you have to score when you're on top in games. When you're on the top against a top team in a final, you have to score. Arsenal had their moments. Trafford came up with the answer. There, City had their moments. Kepa gave them the answer.
Manchester City have had a nasty habit of giving up leads this season. 8 times this season they've led in games and not won them, which is so unusual for them. But there has been no sign of Arsenal creating a chance in the last 10-12 minutes. There's going to have to be a big turnaround in this game for them to find the goal that keeps it alive, and he has got to think about how he changes this.
Yeah, he's gone for reinforcements. He's waving to his subs. Calafiori's one. He's been doing strenuous warm-up. Well, he's been almost flawless all season as the Arsenal #1. He can only watch.
David Raya has not figured in either domestic cup competition this season. He came in for the quarterfinals and the semi-finals of this competition last season.
God.
Motherfucker,
please.
Kepa Arrizabalaga was once the costliest goalkeeper in the world. He has plenty of experience. But whether it's rustiness or a loss of concentration or just the sheer weight of the attacks that Manchester City have been raining down on his goal since the break. He made the error, and Nico O'Reilly capitalised.
It's a bit of desperation just to relieve the pressure to grab the ball.
O'Reilly to Doku. Arsenal
2-0.
reeling here.
2-0. Balloon.
Doku to
2-0.
Mateus Nunes. It's Rodri.
Charles,
Mateus
nah.
Nunes. Clipped in. It's in again.